can find their seats, we can get started. I would like to begin by introducing veteran Nick Musseroni. Nick, so please come up for the Pledge of Allegiance and salute to the flag.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nick, for your dedicated service to our country and for being an active and very dependable Putnam Senior Corps volunteer over the years. Okay, you can all take your seats now. Thank you. So once again, good morning, everyone, to the annual Putnam Senior Corps Volunteer Recognition. My name is Irene Politsko, and I am the volunteer coordinator for the Putnam Senior Corps program in Putnam County. As we gather here today, please let us take a moment of silence to remember all those volunteers and friends who unfortunately are no longer with us today, and their remarkable contributions and dedication to our volunteer program. Thank you. So we are gathered here today to recognize your amazing achievements, volunteer achievements. We thank you for bringing years of special wisdom, experience, and enthusiasm to help strengthen our Putnam community. Putnam Senior Corps has approximately 400 volunteers, and this number steadily continues to grow since COVID and everything else that has taken place these last few years. Together, you successfully donate time and talent in more than 45 locations around Putnam County. At all 4 of our friendship centers, we have amazing volunteer activity leaders, greeters, nutrition and office helpers. Other locations where you donate your time and talents include the local libraries, the historian's office, computer learning center and walk-ins for seniors, telephone reassurance, area food pantries, thrift shops, literacy programs, Putnam Hospital Center, the Community Action Program, and most recently rejoined the Putnam County Health Department. Many of you drive seniors to medical appointments, providing them with valuable transportation without which they would not be able to meet important medical needs. Others make beautiful handmade knit and crocheted items for the elderly and for the children in need. Our Putnam Senior Corps Song and Dance team uses their singing and dancing talents to bring joy to area nursing homes and veterans homes. Many of you are involved with the town social clubs for our seniors, and others help many of the nonprofit agencies in their mission to improve the quality of life for so many individuals in our community. The list is endless when describing all of you here today and the positive impact that you have made through your volunteer services. You have helped improve the lives of countless individuals through acts of kindness, assistance, knowledge, and friendship. Your commitment to volunteering reflects the true spirit of our Putnam Senior Corps program. It sets an amazing example for future generations. It reminds us all of the great things that can be accomplished when you give of yourself for the benefit of others. Thank you for volunteering, and I look forward to another year of continued success for our Putnam Senior Corps Volunteer Program. I would just like to take a moment to thank OSR Director Michael Cunningham for his knowledge and full support in maintaining all our wonderful programs and events. I would also like to thank Sherry Gilmore and Edith Sammy for all their behind-scenes help to put all of these functions together. At this time, I'd like to introduce Michael Cunningham, OSR Director.
Thank you, Irene. Brian, can you hear me up there? Okay. Well, May is Older Americans Month on a national proclamation, and it's something that's celebrated every year throughout our great country. Here in Putnam, it is acknowledged, and at last week's meeting of the Putnam County Legislature, where a proclamation was issued from the legislature and our county executive. And I have it up here for you to take a look at if you'd like later on when you come up to look at some of the awards that our honorees are getting. Here in Putnam, we have we have the contributions of our seniors throughout the country, but particularly here in Putnam is extraordinary. We represent about 25% of the population of Putnam County. We have over 25,000 seniors, and looking at some population forecasts, we're getting close to 30,000 seniors here in Putnam County. We may reach that mark next year. That is extraordinary. And with that, the contribution that you make to our community is phenomenal. We have a very high percentage of ownership by our seniors here in Putnam County, the highest in the region, and we're a major contribution to the economy of Putnam County. That's one point I wanted to leave you with, that seniors are such an important force in Putnam. But number two, here today, is we have a special subgroup, and that's Putnam Senior Corps volunteers. We have over, as Irene mentioned, we have over 400. You contributed last year in 2023, over 40,000 hours of service to your community. That has a value of over $1.5 million to the organizations that you support. That's an incredible contribution. But more important than the monetary value of that, it's the social contribution that you're making to yourselves for your well-being and for your soul and spirit, but also everybody that you come in contact with. Your volunteerism touches everybody that you serve. And it's a shining example for others, not only other seniors, but certainly the rest of the population and our youth. And that value, particularly if you're serving other seniors, you're helping with the combating some of the most serious factors in poor health, and that is loneliness and isolation. So it's a tremendous value. So that's number two. Number three, it doesn't happen in a vacuum. We have Putnam Senior Corps, and it's not happening by accident. And really want to express our appreciation to the leadership of Irene. Please stand, Irene, and to Edith Simon, it doesn't happen overnight. It's something that we build through the year, and some of the, we certainly have this event. This event putting this together, takes weeks and a lot of angst, and making sure everything works smoothly and getting all the things organized. But it's not only preparation for this event. We're working with the 40-plus volunteer stations that Irene referenced. That takes a lot of coordination. But also recruiting new volunteers. We're at 400. We had been, after COVID, we had dipped well below that. And it's taken a lot of work to rebuild that. And we appreciate any efforts that you can in terms of spreading by word of mouth and looking to, help other people join the force. And one of the things that we do, we pay a lot of attention to keeping track of those hours. That 40,000 hours that we contribute, that you contribute to your community, is also being tracked in other counties. And it's a deliberate effort to make sure that on a national level, that there's recognition for the ongoing value of seniors. You may be retired, but that doesn't mean that you're not contributing to the community anymore. And the seniors are giving, not taking. And we're trying to create that message. And there's calculations of all the hours that are being contributed on a nationwide basis, not just here in Putnam County. So you're part of a national force as well. That Putnam Senior Corps, or Senior Corps throughout this country is an incredible phenomenon. And so we're happy and very honored to be able to recognize your contributions today. But it's not only us here; we're also bringing in our state and local leaders. So want to recognize that we have here today, helping support this recognition. We have State Senator Pete Harcum. New York State Assemblyman Matt Slater. And our County Executive Kevin Byrne. From our County Legislature we have Amy Sage. We have our Putnam County, or we did have our Putnam County Sheriff, Kevin McConville. There he is. From our towns, we also have Michael Kazari from Carmel. So leadership of Putnam County is here to recognize the value of your contribution to the Putnam Senior Corps. So with that, I'm done. I'm going to turn it over to Irene.
At this time, I'd actually like to call Senator Harcum up to the podium. He'd like to say a few words today to honor.
Thank you very much, Irene. Let's have a round of applause for Irene for her. And Michael, you and your team, and the county executive and the county board for your commitment to Good evening, everyone, or good afternoon. Hope everybody is doing well. Thank you for allowing me to go out of order. I have to get to another event. I want to thank all of you, first of all, in the Senior Corps for everything you do. Michael gave a great explanation of how your efforts count. But, here today you have representatives of every level of government. Federal government, state government, county government, local government. And all of us are committed to working together to improve and enhance quality of life in Putnam County and in New York State. But all of us recognize that government alone cannot fill every need. And that is where you come in, neighbor to neighbor. Your commitment to the seniors and to the community of Putnam County are remarkable. You really, talking about $1.2 million worth of volunteer hours, that's not the kind of thing that government can replicate. So please, give yourselves a round of applause. Congratulations. And I just wanted to stop by and thank and congratulate the honorees, Jim and Patty, just incredible work that you've done for our sons and daughters in uniform. Peggy, our first responders, Virginia, dealing with our students, our young people with 4-H, and helping our seniors, medical transportation, and then Edward, housing for those in need, preserving open space, the natural beauty of Putnam County. Just remarkable, remarkable efforts, and your selflessness and your commitment to the people of Putnam County are remarkable. And we want to thank you. We have some recognition from the New York State Senate for all of you. A little more bling to take home in addition to what you're getting today. But I just wanted to come and say thank you from the bottom of my heart. God bless you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Senator Harcum. And now I would like to introduce Putnam County Executive Kevin Byrne to say a few.
Thank you. I was just handed this 30-page speech to read, but just kidding. I want to obviously just say thank you to everyone who has been supporting our Senior Corps program over the years. It went through some rebranding a couple of years prior to the start of this administration, but it has been a tremendous success for all the amazing people of Putnam County. We have almost, I believe it's close to 400 active members of the Senior Corps, and they make a profound impact on the lives of our Putnam County families, but also as someone that manages a budget of $195 million, they save us a lot of money too. Almost $1 million in savings from the hard work of our amazing senior volunteers. So please give them a big round of applause. It is refreshing to see so many smiling faces in our marvelous county golf course. For those that are looking at our honorees, I know we're going to be hearing about them later. I've known many of them personally. I was just here yesterday evening with Jimmy and Patty Rashman celebrating United for the Troops, their golf outing, packed crowd. The weather not so nice, but I think people still enjoyed it. Thankfully, they were able to forge ahead. They do remarkable work, and I know we're going to hear more about them later and how they help our troops. I didn't mention this yesterday, I should have. My brother just got promoted. He is a Chief Master Sergeant with the United States Air Force. When he was deployed to Afghanistan, I remember talking to Jimmy about it, and he's like kicking me in the shins, like, what do you mean? Why didn't you tell me? Like, we got packages, we got to send him and his troops. And that's exactly what they did, and he talks about it all the time. My father's a regular, guest at all the United for the Troops events, and it may not just be about our seniors, but like a lot of volunteers that are seniors that are showing up supporting UFT, and many of them call Putnam County their home, and we're grateful for the work that you do. Peggy Burns, where's Peggy? Peggy! Our friends from Patterson and Putnam Lake, always a regular at so many different functions. I'm just proud to see you being honored. Virginia Collier, Edward, you're here. Congratulations. Thank you for all the amazing work. I saw in the bio somewhere the American Heart Association with some of your volunteer work. I happen to work for the American Heart Association for a number of years, so it's something that I'm passionate about as well. And Ed, helping on the transportation side. Thank you so much for all that you do. It truly does mean a great deal to us. And for those that are just from all areas of the Putnam County, you can see the previous honorees in the program. And there's always a couple that I was here for when I was in the state assembly. I was the ranker on the aging committee at one point, and we would honor folks up in Albany, but also down here in the county. And there's some names that people that I was very friendly with that aren't here anymore. And I know I saw some smiling faces from Putnam Valley. We were here to honor Charlie Milo a couple of years back. There's so many people here that really made a tremendous impact, and our honorees that are here this morning and afternoon. You're in a very distinguished list of people, so you should be very proud. I am grateful to have you here in Putnam County, and for you all to call Putnam County your home. Thank you.
Okay, moving along here. So we do have our keynote speaker here today, Marissa O'Leary. She is the Putnam Community Action Program Director. That's a mouthful, right? Okay. She holds a bachelor degree in international relations and a master's degree in social policy. As a 20-plus year member of the Putnam CAP team, she oversees program management and community trainings, fund and advisory board development, special projects, and assessing the needs of our wonderful community. At this time, please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker, Marissa O'Leary.
Good morning, everyone. As Irene said, my name is Marissa O'Leary, and I am the Director of Putnam Community Action Partnership. I have the distinct honor of speaking with you this morning about a topic that is near and dear to me, which is the importance of volunteerism and the impact that it has on our community. First and foremost, thank you all for the countless hours you each have donated to Putnam County through the Senior Corps program. It is a privilege to be among and recognize such a large group of caring and dedicated individuals. Your service to the community is invaluable. Thank you. Volunteerism is not just a simple act of kindness, it is the essence of humanity in action. It is a willingness to give without expectation of reward or recognition, and embodies the profound understanding that we are all interconnected and have a collective responsibility to help one another. The strength of a community is derived from the strength of its members. When we volunteer our time, skills, and resources, we not only uplift and support individuals and their families, but we also nourish our own souls with a sense of purpose and fulfillment. I began my career as an AmeriCorps VISTA member because I wanted to help people. For those of you who don't know, the VISTA, or Volunteer in Service to America program, is a national program designed to alleviate poverty. I spent a year volunteering at a community health center, assisting both the and underinsured to receive the care they needed and deserved. That experience had a profound impact on me. It taught me about the complexities of poverty, how community-based organizations providing the most critical services are so often underfunded and understaffed, and about the power of the human spirit. It was the foundation for my current work in community action. I know firsthand how impactful volunteers are and the vital services they provide in addressing community needs, often when resources are scarce. In 2023, you collectively, as Senior Corps volunteers, donated 42,233 hours of service to local libraries, fire departments, schools, community organizations like Putnam CAP, thrift shops, county departments, senior centers, and many other groups. That is an amazing accomplishment. Let's give that a round of applause. You are instrumental in helping us to ensure that individuals and families are safe, fed, clothed, and kept warm, are socially connected to others, have the support to advance their education and literacy levels, and have the necessary transportation to their medical appointments. Your volunteer service is helping to build a stronger safety net for our community. In addition to sharing your time and energy, you provide all of those organizations and departments where you volunteer with a savings in staffing costs, if you were only paid minimum wage, of $633,000 in 2023 alone. That is a tremendous savings to the county. Your service also allows us as human service providers to increase our capacity and do even more for our community. As the director of a small not-for-profit organization, I can personally attest to the fact that we would never be able to fully meet the needs of our most vulnerable community members without our volunteer support. Thank you for answering the call of duty, being responsive to the community's needs, and bridging the resource gaps for community organizations like mine. Your partnership and contributions are essential to our work. Not only is your service as volunteers having an immediate impact on the individuals that you're helping, but it has the ability to inspire others, especially our youth. By leading by example, you are helping to ignite a spark of activism and altruism in the hearts of young people and empowering them to become agents of change within their own communities. Thank you for modeling the values of compassion, empathy, inclusivity, and respect. You are nurturing the next generation of leaders and ensuring that the legacy of service continues. In closing, I applaud each and every one of you for embracing the spirit of volunteerism and taking action to support your community. Together, let us continue to build a brighter, more compassionate world for generations to come. Thank you again for your selflessness. You truly are an inspiration.
Thank you, Director O'Leary, for joining us today as the keynote speaker. So, this year we are honoring 3 Putnam Senior Corps volunteers with Community Service Awards. Our first Community Service Award, is presented to Margaret, better known as Peggy Burns. Please join us in welcoming Legislator Erin Crowley, who is representing the Office of the United States Congressman Mike Lawler.
Good morning, everyone. This is a packed house. Some of the best people in our county, huh? I am going to speak on behalf of Margaret Peggy Burns. Margaret Burns, best known as Peggy, was born in Mount Vernon Hospital to William and Margaret Berman on July 14, 1944. Peggy is a lifelong resident of New York State, where she happily spent her childhood and adolescent years in Mount Vernon with her parents and 2 brothers. She attended Longfellow Elementary School, Washington Junior Middle School, and graduated from A.B. Davis High School in 1962. After graduation, Peggy and family moved to the illustrious Putnam County, where they settled in Putnam Lake. Peggy accepted a position with Putnam County Savings Bank as a bookkeeper and auditor. Having always loved fashion and jewelry, a woman after my own heart, she switched careers from the banking industry to retail to become a buyer with Gennings department store in Danbury. During her first few years in Putnam County, Peggy met the love of her life, Winston, at the barn in Brewster. They were happily married in 1969 and brought home where they raised their wonderful daughter Cheryl and son Christopher in the Brewster community. Today, Peggy also is a proud grandmother of 3 beautiful granddaughters, Jacqueline, Jessica, and Grace. Peggy has always had a call to volunteer for the past 52 years. She has generously given her time and dedication to the Putnam Lake community. For 15 years, she served as president of the Putnam Lake Fire Department Ladies Auxiliary and is currently the vice president of the group. That's a huge accomplishment. Peggy also serves as the chaplain of the Putnam County Volunteer Fire Department, helping those in need. At the Board of Elections, she volunteered as a courier and for 15 years as the secretary of the Town of Patterson Republican Committee. Peggy is one of the original organizers of the Putnam Lake Holiday Parade, held each year on the first Saturday of December. What started 18 years ago as a small local parade has grown exponentially to include groups from all of the adjoining area towns. The parade now boasts a full committee of volunteers for organizing this annual event. We are very fortunate to have Peggy join our Putnam Senior Corps team in 2020 as a volunteer. She is a member of the Putnam County OSR Advisory Board and president of the Putnam Lake Seniors Club that has grown to over 90 members. We're also truly grateful to Peggy for sharing her knowledge and expertise with the Putnam Lake seniors and organizing fun activities and events for the group. When asked for advice to give other volunteers, Peggy said, "If you have the time to volunteer, do it. It is very rewarding, especially for those who have lost a partner. Life goes on and you need to get out, socialize, and keep it moving." When asked for, Peggy, we love the energy and joy you bring to everything you commit to. We're happy and grateful to have you as part of our Putnam Senior Corps family, and thank you for all you do. And congratulations.
Thank you, Legislator Crowley, and congratulations, Peggy. So at this time, we'd like to honor our second Community Service Award recipient, Virginia Collier. Please join me in welcoming Deputy Chair of the Legislature, Amy Sage, who will say a few words regarding Virginia's true dedication to our volunteer program.
Thank you so much. It's truly an honor to be able to come up and recognize some fabulous volunteers here in Putnam County. And I had the honor of speaking about Virginia Collier, the 2000. We're all human. That's what happens. As I was saying, I'm honored to present Virginia Collier with the 2024 Community Service Award. Virginia Collier was born in Peekskill, New York, not far down the road, to James and Elizabeth Collier on November 21st, and considers herself to be a lifelong resident of New York, apart from working and living in Georgia and Pennsylvania for a period. She spent her early years in Verplanck, New York. At the age of 4, Virginia moved to Peekskill with her parents, brother, and 2 sisters, where they happily spent their childhood and teenage years. Virginia attended Assumption Elementary School in Peekskill and graduated from Lady Cliff Academy High School in Mohegan. Virginia simultaneously began her first job in accounting while attending Westchester Community College, no small feat, where she completed her associate's degree. From here, she transferred to Mercy College in Dobbs Ferry and graduated with a bachelor's degree in marketing and management. Virginia capped off her outstanding academic and scholarship accomplishments with a master's degree in science and strategic management from Manhattanville College in Purchase. Virginia's career took off as a corporate aviation administrator, specializing in budgeting and scheduling of aircraft and helicopters for such well-known companies as American Express and Seagrams, based in White Plains and Newburgh. It was during this time that Virginia purchased her own home in Putnam Valley and moved to Putnam County for the next 15 years. In 2008, she made a major life decision and relocated to Pennsylvania to work and live for the next 8 years. After some research and recognizing that, of course, Putnam County had the most to offer senior residents, Virginia left and felt a yearning to move back to New York, and has happily lived in Mahopac since 2016. For more than 8 years, Virginia has been an active Putnam Senior Corps volunteer. Over the years, she has volunteered her time with the American Heart Association, the 4-H Fair through Cornell Cooperative, Homebound Outreach, the Mahopac Kohler Center Reader, Lakeview Elementary Reading Teacher and Tutor, Telephone Reinsurance for homebound meal clients, Mahopac Chamber of Commerce, and the Garden Club where she resides. Most recently, Virginia volunteers as an activity leader at the Mahopac Kohler Center to lead our members in a Walk for Your Health program. Virginia organizes walkers every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday for walking to promote physical activity and increase energy. She's also a trained coach for our Master of Balance class that circulates through our 4 senior centers on a regular basis for promoting fall prevention skills, something that's incredibly important. Virginia is a wonderful volunteer. Her kindness and her generosity to others are an inspiration for all of us. She's always willing to lend a helping hand, whether it's filling in for another volunteer or promoting new things for our new members. When asked for advice to give our volunteers, Virginia said, "When choosing to volunteer, choose something you really enjoy doing. It's much easier to make a difference when you enjoy what you're doing." We are truly grateful, Virginia, for your volunteerism here at the Putnam Senior Corps family, and we thank you so much for all that you do. It's my pleasure.
Thank you, Legislator Sage. Congratulations, Virginia. We do have a third community service award, and it is Edward Rindy. Okay. Please join me in welcoming Supervisor for the Town of Southeast, Nick Durante. We'd like to say a few words about Ed's endless dedication and commitment to our volunteer program.
Hi, everyone. Kevin Byrne already left. We're gonna have to talk to him about this setup. So when I was asked to do this, I didn't realize how important this was. So I looked up Ed a little bit, and I said, wow, very nice this guy lives in my town. And I started to think, there are plenty of seniors I know in Southeast that are fantastic. So I just wanted to thank you for picking Southeast. So, Ed Rindy. Ed Rindy was born at Riverhead Hospital in Long Island. Maybe you were only 4. March 17th, 1955. And is a lifelong resident of New York State. He spent his childhood through early adulthood living in Comac, Long Island, with his parents and 2 sisters. Ed attended Comac Public Elementary School and moved on to graduate from Comac High School. He continued his education at the State University of New York, Oneonta. It was here where he met the love of his life, Maureen, in 1974, and all the good things followed. Ed's whole entire family is up there. A lot of good people. In 1981, Ed began a lengthy 17-year career with KLM Royal Dutch Airlines in their computer IT department. His first position with them was based in Manhattan, then moved to JFK, and finally he wound up in Elmsford. During the transition of positions with KLM, moving further north each time, getting closer to his spot. Ed relocated with Maureen from Massapequa to Brewster in 1989, where he lived happily ever since. By 1998, Ed made the decision to pursue other IT career avenues by consulting at Reader's Digest. After a few years of consulting, he moved back to the private sector by accepting the computer IT position with Consumer Reports. Ed had a very lucrative and enjoyable career with them for 14 years until he retired in 2020. Through his career, Ed enjoyed volunteering. Habitat for Humanity was close to his heart for 20 years when he served as chairman of the Family Selection Committee. He explained the difficult and complex process in selecting families for their housing projects and their need basis. Criteria and provided to be very difficult at times by some, gratifying once finally. Kind of makes sense, I'm sorry. In addition to Habitat for Humanity, Ed also volunteered 20 years at the County Land Trust and has enjoyed over the years being a member of the Toastmasters International, which is a popular public speaking and leadership training organization with a mission to help individuals build communication skills and develop leadership skills to boost self-confidence. After retiring, Ed made the decision to volunteer with the Putnam Senior Court Volunteer Program. Since 2020, he has been an integral part of demand response medical transportation. He assists by driving not only our Putnam County automobiles, but also the wheelchair van to take our clients from all around the county to their medical appointments. Ed also assists with driving at our golf course parties and annual senior picnic at Veterans Park. So there's a little fun in there. When asked to give advice about volunteering, Ed said you get to meet people that you would never meet otherwise. There's always something new to experience when you meet new people. At the same time, don't let people down. When you commit to do something, follow through. Very good advice. Ed is easygoing, professional, and most of all reliable. We are truly thankful to have such a giving and caring member in our Putnam Senior Group family. Thank you, Ed, for all you've done.
Toastmasters teaches you to take advantage of every opportunity to stand in front of a group and speak. This looks like one of those opportunities, because your group, I'm standing in front of you. But I'm also aware that it's one of the few obstacles between you and brunch. So I think I'll just say thank you very much. It's effective.
So let's have another great round of applause for the three of our community service recipients. Okay, so this year we have the honor of, or the pleasure, I should say, of honoring a husband and wife team as the 2024 Seniors of the Year. Not only are they partners in life, but they're also partners in volunteering. So we will begin the first half of this wonderful duo for the 2024 Senior of the Year, Patricia Patty Rathschmidt. Thank you, Patty, for all your volunteer service. And to give us more insight on Patty and her wonderful volunteering, please welcome Town of Carmel Supervisor Michael Kazari.
Thank you, Mike, and your team. You do a great job. I'm kind of disappointed. I was told this was a roast for Jim. So I have a lot of material, and I got his bride, who I'm afraid of. So congratulations to all the recipients. This is wonderful. This is such a great event every year. So Patricia, our first 2024 Senior of the Year, Patricia Patty Rathschmidt, was born at New York Hospital in Manhattan on July 1st, 1956, and is a lifelong resident of New York State. At the age of 4, Patty moved to Yonkers with her mother, originally from Ireland, and her father, a World War II Army veteran. Patricia has 3 sisters and 3 brothers. She spent a wonderful childhood growing up in Yonkers. She attended St. Peter's Elementary School and later graduated from Sacred Heart High School in 1974. After some years, Patty heard the call for helping others and decided to become a nurse. She graduated from the BOCES program in 1990 and began her gratifying career as a nurse with St. John's. There's one here already. With St. John's Hospital in Yonkers. Patty continued her career by moving on to St. Jude's Institute of Applied Human Dynamics and joined their mission of providing creative, dynamic, and responsive service to persons with developmental disabilities. What a gratifying profession. After St. Jude's, Patty worked for Treetops Rehabilitation and Nursing Center in Mohegan Lake, where she assisted with providing extended stay nursing care to seniors with varying levels of disability. What a gratifying profession. I did that, right? Yep. Continuing with her extensive career, Patty accepted a position at Cortland Healthcare, providing nursing expertise and post-acute care programs through physically, occupationally, and health therapies. She officially retired in 2018, but has continued her lifelong commitment to helping others through her volunteerism. During her years as a nurse, Patty met the love of her life, Jimmy James Ratchford, in Yonkers, where they were married in 1989 and moved to Mahopac in 1992, which we're so glad that you did. Where they enjoyed and shared 8 wonderful children and 12 amazing grandchildren. The need to help others left Patty after never left Patty after retirement. Volunteering became an obvious path for her after Their son Luke was deployed to Iraq. This experience overseas solidified the idea of reaching out to deployed military soldiers and sharing a box of kindness with them during times they most needed. Together, Patty and her husband Jim formed the volunteer group United for the Troops in 2007 and continued to grow this amazing program for more than 17 years. Patty provides expertise and organization with all aspects of the volunteer program, including reaching out to communities, schools, scout groups, churches, senior centers, to name a few. She gives presentations to explain what United for the Truth accomplishes and the importance of the box of kindness. Mailings to our service members. 100% of the program is run by volunteers who spread their acts of kindness by word of mouth, social media, and even attracting younger volunteers for community service hours. When asked what advice Patty would give about volunteering, she said, "I recommend everyone volunteer at some point in their lives. You meet great people and do things that change people's lives just by starting out with something simple. You get much more out than you put in." Patty personifies the meaning of volunteerism, doing good without wanting recognition or praise. She's an amazing volunteer in our community, and we are truly thankful for all her continued volunteerism with United for the Truth. Thank you, Patty.
Thank you, Supervisor Kazari. Congratulations, Patty. So now we are down. So without delay, please join me in celebrating the second half of this dynamic duo and the 2024 Senior of the Year, James Jimmy Rathschmidt. Thank you, Jimmy, for your volunteer services. To give more insight on Jimmy, I'd like to introduce Assemblyman Matt Slater.
Well, good morning, everyone. It is so great to be here. We're going to get to Jim in a second. He's very nervous, I can tell. Because he's right, it is a roast. Did you see the Tom Brady roast that they did on Netflix? It's got nothing on this one, man. I'm coming for you. It's great to be here. Great to be here with all of our seniors. Let's give Mike and Irene another round of applause. Great job. Great job, Pedro. I see we've got so many familiar faces, great friends. Chief Neary in the back from Mahopac Falls. Hey, Chief. Keeping us safe back there?
Way back here.
Way back there. And I also want to recognize, if I can, Edie DeVito. Edie from the town of Southeast. She was one of the 2024 Women of Distinction for the 94th Assembly District, who we celebrated last weekend. Edie, how are you? Great to see you. Now, before I read Jim's made-up biography here, because it's absolutely made up, what a great couple in Jim and Patty Rathschmidt. I had them on the floor of the Assembly just this week because they were recognized by New York State as the Putnam County Seniors of the Year. And I said that they are probably the most beloved couple in Putnam County. Probably in Putnam and Westchester County, for that matter, for all the great work they do for our troops. And I know I've been here with you many times when they pass around the box and they collect donations, and you're all so generous, but I always remind Jim, Patty always comes home with more money than Jim, every single time. But just two of the greatest people I know that I can't say enough about. You know, in fact, when I was commissioned as an officer in the United States Navy Reserves, Jim was one of the first people that I called. Because Jim is that close of a friend to me because of all the things that he has done here in Putnam County and in Westchester County as well. So with that, I want to read the biography from my good friend, Jimmy Rathschmidt, who is the second 2024 Senior of the Year. You really want me to say when you were born? Well, we'll just say he was born in Yonkers. How many people from Yonkers here, by the way? Yonkers North? Yeah, there we go. We got a lot of Yonkers folks here. You're not alone, Jim. Born in Yonkers, St. John's Hospital, he's a lifelong resident of New York State and spent most of his earlier years in Yonkers. He attended the St. Denis Catholic Elementary School and Church from the 1st to 8th grade and graduated from the Sacred Heart High School in 1969. Shortly after graduation, Jim began a lengthy career in supermarket management. After 16 years, he switched course and became a hostess truck driver, traveling routes throughout New York State until he retired in 2003. Jim met his wonderful wife, Patty, in Yonkers, and after a few years, they joyfully married in 1989. Best decision you ever made, my friend. By 1992, the decision was made to relocate their blended family here to Putnam County in Mahopac. Together, they share 8 wonderful children and 12 grandchildren. Over the last 35 years, Jim has devoted countless heartfelt hours to volunteering in his communities. His volunteering began in Yonkers back in 1987. I won't tell you how old I was. As a Sacred Heart CCD instructor for 3 years. And after moving up north, he chose St. Elizabeth Ann Seton in Shrub Oak for an additional 20 years of CCD instruction. In 2003, Jim volunteered coaching the Shrub Oak baseball team, which he enjoyed so much, he continued for a whole decade. Most recently, Jim has also become a member of the Carmel Knights of Columbus. Since 2007, Jim and Patty introduced United for the Troops into our community. For those of you who don't know or may have forgotten, in 2007, their son Luke was deployed overseas. And as the story goes, they were sending care packages to Luke, and Luke said, in all honesty, I'm giving a lot of the things that you're sending to my fellow soldiers because no one sends them anything. And that's what started this mission. That's what motivated Patty and Jim to start United for the Troops, to collect goods. Yep, give a big round of applause. To collect goods and to ship them to our soldiers serving overseas. To date, they are now over 32,000 care packages that they have sent overseas to our soldiers since 2005. So United for the Troops has built up over the years and bloomed into a super strong, 100% volunteer-based program that truly brings a ray of sunshine to our overseas military. And I have to, of course, say hello to the A-Team, who's sitting right here at this table. Big A-Team. Box of Kindness includes a variety of items, from a car, candy, needed toiletries, and seasonal items to cheer our troops who cannot make it home for the holidays. Some of the outstanding accomplishments of the program include Operation Cupid, which we've done every year for the last 3 years at my son's elementary school, and we'll be doing it every year for the next 3 years because my daughter's starting to go there next year. And that ships approximately 300 packages annually. Operation March into Spring also ships 300 or more packages annually. 5 to 10 individual fundraisers annually as requested overseas by families of troops. And most notably, everyone's favorite, Operation Defend the Holidays, which takes place annually in November, averaging almost 1,500 packages being shipped from that single event. And if you haven't participated in that day, you are missing something special. And so I really encourage you all to get involved in that great event. When asked what advice Jim would give, he clearly looked at Patty because you didn't say this. Jim would give, when asked what advice Jim would give to others about volunteering, he said, parents need to get children started volunteering at a young age so that becomes a natural mindset for them to help others in need. In this busy world, everyone should take time to volunteer. Volunteering is not like a job. It is the pleasure and gratification you get by helping others. 100% right, Jim. 100% right. Well said. We are so grateful to have a volunteer in our community that through his tireless and caring acts truly makes a difference in the lives of so many. Jim, we wish you and United for the Troops many, many more years of continued success. Thank you for not only being a great leader, a volunteer, but thank you for being a great friend. God bless you.
Thank you, Assemblyman Slater, and congratulations, Jim. So once again, just a tremendous thank you to all of our honorees here today. I'm going to make them stand up one more time, and I'm going to make everyone give them a nice big round of applause again.